So they launched the Fender American Ultra line. It's just like the American. So there's an Ultra version of a Strat, a Tele, P bass, jazz bass, etc. I felt like they changed a lot of things in a way I didn't care for, from the Deluxe to the Elite, and now they're changing them back and taking it a step further to make it seem even less traditional, more forward thinking. So here it is. This is the Deluxe heel, and it was just this one corner cut away, because that was the one corner of the block that would like directly get in the way of your hand. And it was fairly comfortable. It wasn't as extreme as like Ibanez, where they completely got rid of the plate, or even some other companies where they just like ESP is pretty much the same thing. It was just like a little, theirs was a little slimmer in terms of the actual depth of the joint on the body, but the contour was just the corner taken off, and that was fine. I was happy with that on my ESPs. I was happy with it on the Fender American Deluxe. They got rid of that, but you can see they just cut away the rest of that, which doesn't really seem to help in my experience. Like when I played those, now you just feel the edge of it more, which is actually less comfortable to me. And that's a small nitpicky thing, but like that's what I'm doing a video for. So that was the new heel on the Elite, and it was okay, but I thought was a step backwards, weirdly, even though you'd think that the plate looks the same, there's just less wood. This wood actually was sort of ergonomically positioned so that your hand between the back and the edge of the thing, but maybe not, maybe just me. Everybody's hands are different. Your mileage may vary. So the new heel on the American Ultras, and I couldn't really see from the videos or pictures that it is much slimmer. Like the heel is the same. There's an extra cutaway into the body that looks like the Misha Mansour model Jackson, and serves no purpose whatsoever. I just physically does nothing. But so I got to set up 3 of the Strats and 1 of the Teles, and they're very nice. If they are replacing the Elite, that makes a lot of sense, because I think they're better than the Elite. I thought the Deluxe was fine, but this adds a few things that maybe are different. And the neck is like the same as I think the old American Standard and the old American Deluxe, if I remember right. Both had pretty slim necks, compound radius fingerboards. That was from like at least around maybe like 2010 to 12, or that I directly experienced those models being like that. And again, I just wouldn't be surprised if the Elites didn't sell that well. I don't think ours. This is okay. So this is one of the. I set up a hum single Strat, 2 Strats like this, the blue one and a Sunburst, and then a Tele. As you can see, a lot of the features are from the Deluxe. You got the S1 switch, the fancier knobs. I don't remember what the S1 switch does on the 3 single model. Okay, S1 switch. Oh, adds the neck pickup to any. Yeah, it adds the neck pickup to any position. So that's cool. And in the humbucker model, it's a coil tap tone pot that like clicks at the end, and that's, I believe, because it's like it true bypasses the tone circuit, because that gives you a little more brightness and stuff. Tone bypass, so like it completely bypasses the tone circuit or something like that. Yeah, that's what I just said. The noiseless pickups are new ultra noiseless, and they sound pretty good. I haven't really compared them to the old noiselesses. The old noiselesses sounded good, but they never sounded like super authentic, like real singles. These are maybe a little closer, I think, because I think maybe there's a rumor a while back that they copied some other very popular noiseless singles that but I don't know specifically, but they're nice. And I have another clip where I play them a little bit, although it's through the iPhone mic, so smooth saddles like the old Deluxe had, and then the Elite did not. Yeah, I love these because they're just like
smooth saddles like the old Deluxe had, and
use the ones that aren't smooth like that. other than
The
to
neck
be
on this
obsessed
one,
with vintage
the
specs.
wood looks all right, although they all have that kind of like yellowish tint to the finish that I'm not crazy about.
There's probably some kind of finish on there.
This particular one looks pretty nice.
That hides what the actual tone of the wood is.
So then the most interesting feature really...
And the deluxe used to have like clearly the nicest neck and fingerboard wood and stuff like that. Although one of these, you could still see a pretty decent amount of grain, so it didn't look like it was too bad or anything, but always suspicious when they changed the wood.
Is this... The most interesting thing is this new neck heel and carve on the back. So it's the same shape as the Elite. I honestly felt the old deluxe shape with just like the corner.
Oh, I'm gonna also repeat all the stuff I just said here because
I honestly felt like the old shape with just the
that's
corner
right.
off was like the most comfortable.
The store, I totally forgot. The store intercom kept going and I kept pausing because I'm like, I'm gonna edit this for YouTube anyway, and so like it's full of, there's a bunch of me just going, and so I might have to skip ahead because I think there was
but
I don't know if I like
is thinner than
stop
the Elite
and swear
by
because it was super annoying,
which is also why.
But I just said all this anyway.
Completely unnecessary.
So this is the ridiculous part.
Necessary back here.
I don't think that ever whose hand goes like this, but also like I don't think it helps. Like I think the end of your hand still gets stuck right here. Like that's where your actual hand goes. And I will demonstrate
almost anything because like it doesn't, your hand goes here. It doesn't, like that
doesn't help you play notes.
So now
that's
we'll get to
move
the
your
real
hand fingers
issue
away
here.
from them. And then this is the best part, which is hard to do with one hand while holding camera. But John Mayer, that's
because it is
true. He plays with his thumb over the. But this is the ridiculous part.
The question is that helpful? Because first of all, you've got 22 frets, and I can reach those 22 frets before my thumb feels the need to go behind this plate. And I can reach the 27th fret. Shut the fuck up. 22nd fret. The heel.
You get the point. And my thumb hit the thing. I was like, oh, the actual heel joint, because of that extra Jackson style cutaway, is to be fair, probably Washburn did that kind of thing first. It is thinner, but my hand like never needed to go behind it, so it didn't matter.
Actually, ever feel like
and
I
also
need to put my
only 22 frets, so I could reach them.
This plate. I guess it helps with your hand positioning a little, but
like
again,
when you're actually different people,
guitar,
different hands. You know,
mostly just
yeah. You know, honestly, it could be very useful because it is slimmer. It's clearly a shreddy.
Ever needing, unless you need to
shreddy
somehow
line.
reach
The whole line is
beyond.
The heels are shreddy, which is, you know, it's kind of like Gibson did the Axis Les Pauls, which are also kind of like, hey, if you like a Les Paul, but you really wish you could actually get sweet neck through access to high frets, there you go. Now, granted, want to pay Gibson for them, but other companies already have similar stuff, and some of they're not necessarily even actually neck through; they're just a sculpted heel. But you can get that now. So this is kind of the answer to that, and I think they're the same prices that the Elites were, although maybe they got ticked up. I don't know. They're like $18.99, $19.99, depending on the finishes. Shreddy Strat is incredibly of my interest. Yeah, I mean, and again, the pickups sounded pretty good. Like, if I was going to get one of these, I would probably keep the pickups for a while, see how I liked them in practice. And I have another clip where I'll play through them like a little bit.
Do some weird harmonic shit.
Like, unless you need to reach the harmonic
so,
where the 24th fret would be, which you maybe could.
It feels very nice, and the neck.
Audio, call Park 1, audio. Call Park 1.
So and the neck is definitely slimmer, although again, so is the old American Standard. It's basically the feel of the old American Standard.
Like, it is the Strat neck I liked.
Contour
that was in the Standard and the Deluxe.
Compound fingerboard radius.
And it's back, and so good, you know. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't put like, but good.
So giving us back features.
If you were like, you have to buy a Strat and they won't bring back and they're never going to bring, and you can't just go buy used Select, because the Fender Selects were the best ones, just the best non-custom shop models ever. But I think because they had such nice wood and everything, they probably didn't have any margin. They didn't make any money off them, and so that it probably, even though I think they sold okay, but I don't know. But if you were like you have to buy a new Strat, I would be like, yeah, I could deal with
That
these.
they took away previously.
I think I actually played through each of the positions just to be like, well, there's a shitty, I guess all the tone demos are shitty anyway, so might as well make another shitty one. It's like, if you happen to be in a repair shop playing with the shittiest Marshall amp and you have an iPhone microphone. Oops. Yeah, and if you ever really decide you need it to be more Gilmore-y, well, it depends on which Gilmore, I guess, because I always wanted to get a Strat and put the Gilmore EMG pickguard in it, because they're so uniquely clean single coils. Probably my favorite EMG is like the Gilmore pickguard. Yeah, no, this is a nice blue. So yeah, so he was still probably, like, I don't think he actually started using the EMGs until after the Roger Waters split or something, but makes sense. That's yeah, never. Yeah, I mean, but these do sound more single coil like for noiselesses, like I think way more so than the previous noiselesses. This is like a really great modern, like this is a Strat that plays like how I would want any of my guitars to play, but also it's a Strat. But it does have, again, all the features. Unless I went back and got a used deluxe or something, these are pretty nice. The back cutaway gets a little maybe more extreme than it needs to be, but hey, if it works for somebody, cool. And the necks are very slim and playable and everything, so they're really like the shred line. Which one of these? Okay, we have, oh, we don't have either of these. Oh, I didn't realize these come in some interesting like color configurations. And the rosewood seemed like real rosewood on the one I played that had a rosewood. Oh yeah. We have this one with the brushed gold pickguard, because it also has a brushed gold backplate, which I was like, go. It's also gonna get scratched. As like even the pickguard had a few scratches already on it. Like they're very. It looks super nice, but it seems extremely scratch prone for a pickguard. And I should have recorded something with the humbucker coil tap, because it's kind of an interesting tone. Oh, and it's, I guess, yeah, it's the ultra noiseless hot single coil pickups and ultra double tap humbucking pickup, along with advanced wiring options.